Liverpool are seriously considering a move for Forest centre-back Murillo. Welcome to your Forest news. Good morning, good evening, or good night. Hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to your latest Forest news, where we'll be talking about yet more links to Murillo. If you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Forest Fan TV if you are new, and don't forget, as we announced on Grumpy Old Reds last night, if you haven't seen it, make sure you catch up with it. We're doing my 23rd year old birthday bash on the 20th of November down at Grosvenor Casino on Maid Marian Way, and we're paying for your entry, so it's completely free. If you are free on the night of the 20th, starting at 7 PM, scan this QR code or click on the link below. Just grab the tickets so we know how many we can get in, and the places are limited, so grab them as soon as you can. Okay, let's start talking about the news, because I mean, it's expected. It's expected with the start Murillo's had this year, with the season he had last year. We saw it in the summer, club after club after club have been linked with him. But Forest held out. Forest were not pressured into selling either him or Morgan Gibbs-White. Now, the stories that are emerging is that Virgil Van Dijk is not signing his contract, or is contemplating not signing his contract. I'll give you a couple of quotes for him. He says, "I can say, obviously, in terms of the contract discussions, they are ongoing, but I don't know. We will see what happens in the future. My full focus is on Liverpool, wanting to win games that are ahead of me and nothing else. What the future will bring, I have no idea at the moment." So, because Virgil van Dijk's future is up in the air, Liverpool have apparently created a shortlist of 3 players that they would target. 2 they are very seriously contemplating, and 1 they see as a cheap option. Now, on that list, of course, is Murillo. They see him as a natural younger replacement to Van Dijk, someone who's got Premier League experience and can slot in, no pun intended there, quite comfortably. The other one they're looking at is Gonçalo Inácio as well, from, I think he's at Sporting right now. And the third one, Lloyd Bardet. Why does that name sound familiar? Oh yeah, thanks Cooper. So those are the 3 lists. They see Bardet as the cheap option of the 2. Now, in terms of Forest's stance on Murillo, they're under no pressure to sell him. We look fine for PSR this year, and it's very unlikely that this would happen in January. The talks on this one is that it would be a next summer transfer move, again subject to what Van Dijk does. Now, Liverpool aren't the only suitors for Murillo. It is believed they'd face massive competition from the likes of Chelsea, which, if Murillo were to go, would only be a good thing for Forest, because we are talking about a price tag of somewhere between 60, maybe 70 million pounds as a minimum for Murillo. You start adding other suitors into that, and it creates a bidding war. Now, what is Murillo's stance on his future at Forest? We saw in the summer his interview with Brazilian outlets, where he was talking about potential moves, where he was talking about Manchester City as being one of the destinations that he would consider. But since then, Forest's form has taken a massive turn on the rise. Forest could be outsider contenders for European football. And maybe that's what Murillo's motivation is for a move to one of these clubs, is to take that next step in his career, to get into European football, to start winning silverware, etc. Now, if that door opens up at Forest, then what is the point in him moving? Look, my stance on it, and only my opinion, is that let's be crazy for a second, and let's assume Forest can get some kind of European football. I think that would probably be enough to convince Murillo to stay. Even if we don't, I'm not convinced that he would look at Liverpool or Chelsea as his next move. I just have it in my gut that if he's going to move, he's going to end up in Spain, maybe a Real Madrid, maybe a Barcelona, something like that, as his next step. And I think if that is to be his next step, there has to be that stepping stone between it, which would be maybe Europa League football, maybe the conference football, whatever it is, so that he can get used to like Monday, Wednesday games, etc., and then take the step to Real Madrid. It's all speculation. Look, do I even believe these reports? I'm not that convinced, to be honest. If this report had come out in 2 weeks' time when we're in the international break, then I'd be dismissing it completely. It's journalists trying to fill column inches. But we do know, and we can't shy or hide away from the fact that there have been a lot of rumours and links to Murillo going away, especially in the summer. I think a lot of this will depend on exactly what happens to Forest this season. At the moment, let's not forget he's under a long-term contract at Forest. And with the partnership he's striking up with Milenkovic at the back, it would be silly. It would be silly for Forest to even consider breaking it in January. So I think January is completely out of the question. But let's not hide away from the fact that Forest have also recruited really good centre-backs. We've got the one out loan to Olympiacos, who was rumoured to be the Murillo replacement. We've got Morato, who hasn't conceded a goal anytime he's been on the pitch, who plays on that left side as well. He could come in quite comfortably, having got, a good few minutes already this season in the Premier League. It's not beyond the realms of possibility that we could see at some stage this season a Morato and Milenkovic pairing, as Nuno may want to test it out. Maybe we see that in the FA Cup later on in the year or something. Who knows? So Forest have options. What I'm trying to say here is, if you'd said this to me at the start of the transfer window in the summer, we're going to lose Murillo, we're going to lose a Morgan Gibbs-White, I'd be in panic mode. I'd be like, well, who's going to replace him? Bolly is our only replacement. I love Bolly, but he's getting on in years. Omar Bamadeli was there. He looks like he has potential, but doesn't look quite ready to me. But now I feel that because the recruitment was so good, that probably, the thought of this has probably been in the back of Forest's recruitment team's mind, maybe Marinakis' mind, maybe Nuno's mind, with a long-term look and an outlook of which way Forest are going to go. So if he does go, and I don't want him to go, by the way, for the record, I think he's one of our most important players. But if he does go, Forest are in the position of power here. He's under contract. There's been no talk since that Brazilian interview that he wants to leave or has a desire to leave or what have you. But let's be real, we know in the back of his mind he's definitely thinking about it. But Forest will not be held to ransom. Forest can demand what they want for him, and if a couple of clubs come in, there will be a bidding war on him. So, am I as scared of these reports as I was maybe in June time? No, not really. And like I say, Forest just do the business on the pitch, and he'll probably stay anyway. What do you guys think? Should Murillo go? Should he stay? Can we survive without him? Do you think we got enough power? And of course, the other thing is we can still recruit. If he brings us, say, 70 million, with the recruitment strategies we got right now, we'll probably find someone else from Brazil that we can bring in, or Argentina, who's going to be the next big thing anyway. I have full trust in the recruitment process right now, so I'm not that worried. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments down below. If you've enjoyed this random transfer news update, let me know by hitting that like button. Make sure you've subscribed as well. If you can make it to my birthday bash, scan that QR code or click on the link that's pinned in the comments. I'll leave you grumpy old Reds on the end screen if you didn't catch it last night. And we will see you on the next video. Come on, you Reds.